So, back in 1987, there was a company founded called Bullfrog Productions Limited, and Bullfrog made a game called Theme Hospital, and it's a game that I played a lot when I was a child. And then in 2001, EA being their publisher, Electronic Arts, they did what they are known best for, and they basically consumed the entire development company, so it was no longer to ever exist as a separate entity. So that would mean there was no sequels or anything like that. Theme Hospital was basically done. And then in 2018, a development company known as 2 Point Studios, in partnership with SEGA, their publisher, they released a game called 2 Point Hospital. And in this video, we're going to be going through if I believe 2 Point Hospital is worth playing. And those of you familiar with Theme Hospital from back in the 90s, you'll know roughly what this game is about. So, in 2 Point Hospital, you have a career or a campaign. And what you do is you go through levels, you're building up a hospital, and there are a bunch of different illnesses and stuff that can come about, and the humour in these games is incredible, because 2 Point Hospital is not their only release. You basically start off with everything really minuscule. You'll have barely any illnesses, but then as you progress through the campaign, more will unlock. So basically, you set up your hospital, you've got your reception desk, you need to hire janitors to keep it clean. You then need a GP's office so that people can go there and get a diagnosis. Then you need a pharmacy, you need a ward. And then there's a bunch of other different treatment rooms and stuff. And you're not guaranteed to cure everyone. There is a chance that your staff won't be qualified enough to cure many people. But it's not just that simple. Every now and then you may get some VIPs that need to come in with a very specific illness that's going to require you to build a totally different room to what you have set up in your hospital. And you'll get, for an example, 90 days to deal with all of the patients. And people can die. They will die in your hospital. They will die, they will turn into a ghost, and you'll need to get your janitors to go around and basically deal with the ghosts so they don't spook all of your other patients. And then there's a lot more to the game outside of building up your hospital. You have to make sure people are happy. You need to make sure your hospital is attractive by putting plants and posters and things up on the walls. But not only that, you need to deal with people's needs outside of their illnesses. So your staff are going to need a staff room for when they want to rest. You're going to need toilets and stuff for all of your patients and your staff to use. So there is a lot to do in this game, but then it expands way beyond the campaign. They've released a lot of DLCs for the game. And outside of the campaign, you have a sandbox mode. And the sandbox mode lets you start with very, very generous amounts of money. You basically get to make all of your custom parameters for how you want to play the game. You can start with all of the bonus items unlocked, you can keep them locked and play through it as though you would a campaign mission but with a lot more freedom. And you've got different shapes of hospitals. Some of them might have some buildings that are close to each other because it's not just all based in one big building. You have outdoor sections that lead through to a different area. So for an example, you could build somewhere that you've got your reception desk and then you've got a couple of GP's offices. Then in a separate building, you've got your pharmacy and your wards. And then you could also go into another section that deals with fractures and things like that. And as I said, there's a lot of humour in the game, so it's not just your simple fractures. You'll have people come in and their heads turned into a light bulb, so you'll need to deal with that in certain rooms and stuff. And in the sandbox mode, you can pick the shape of your hospital. You can, there's lots of different settings and stuff you can change. And this game offers a lot of value when you're playing the game. There is a lot to do, there's loads to unlock. As I said, there's a full-blown campaign. I've got over 26 hours in this game. And I mean, you can do way more than that if you fancy going into a sandbox and doing a hospital that's got to try and aim for a 100% cure rate. You might aim to build the most attractive hospital. You might want a 0% cure rate. You might want to kill everyone, and you might want to go with the dirtiest hospital. There's so much creative freedom with how you build your hospitals and stuff in this game outside of the campaign. But the campaign has different goals and stuff you have to achieve. And I personally think that 2 Point Hospital is an absolutely fantastic game. So to wrap this one up, to answer the question, is it worth playing? Absolutely, yes, I believe this is worth playing. The game does, at its original price, cost £25, and because this is a 6-year-old game, I would highly recommend waiting for a sale. Sales are typically 80% off or something like that. You can get it for around £5 if you're patient and wait for a sale, and for that price, it's 100% worth its money. But I would say even at its full price, this is still a very decent game if you were into this style of game. And I would say that probably just because of the humour and how well this game is thought out. So yeah, that is my opinion on 2 Point Hospital, and what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.